Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive. Each episode is packed with actionable insights to help boost your efficiency and achieve your goals. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to peak performance. Well, hello everyone. My name is Robin J. Emden, and I am the creator and author of the Get Resultsology system and a dedicated accountability coach. My mission is to empower solopreneurs to unlock their true potential, boost their income, and achieve extraordinary success by maximizing productivity, streamlining their businesses, and aligning their goals with their authentic vision and purpose. So if you're ready to turn ambition into action and transform your goals into reality, you're in exactly the right place. Speaking of which, I am delighted to say in our place today, we are joined by Melitta Campbell. Now, Melitta is an award-winning business coach, best-selling author, and host of the Art of Value Whispering podcast. Melitta helps women build confident, profitable businesses through her value whispering blueprint. An introvert turned TEDx speaker, she's also the author of A Shy Girl's Guide to Networking. Melitta, welcome to Goalbusters.
Hi, Robin. It's great to be with you.
It's wonderful to have you too. Whereabouts in the world are you, Melitta?
I'm from Swansea, but these days I live in Switzerland. So right now I'm looking out at the Alps and they're all nice and snowy.
Oh, I mean, now you've just made me insanely jealous, and I want to stop the podcast and come and join you over there. Okay, and what time is it then for you?
It's 11:40, so we're 1 hour in the UK.
There's only an hour between us. That's perfect. All right, so I don't feel too bad about getting you up early or late to do this. That's wonderful. Shall we start the questions then?
Let's go for it.
Okay, perfect. I'll get the clock up. And there it goes. So, Melitta, could you tell me, please, who is your ideal client?
I love working with women who are real experts and have a strong passion and a big heart and just want to use that expertise to help others have a better life in some way. But they are struggling to explain that expertise in a way that other people get it and can see just how much value that they can help them to get as a result of their collaboration. So that's my ideal client. I do work with a handful of men, but mostly it's those real female experts.
Brilliant. Thank you. That's very clear. And also you've segued nicely into our second question you started answering, which is what is the problem that you solve? And of course, I'm sure you solve more than one.
I think the root cause is, well, the biggest problem is, well, how do I communicate that value in a way that other people get it and want to become a client so that I can help them? Because there's only so much you can do through free content and that kind of thing. You need to really dive in and work with something on a paid basis to have that big result that you can get and they want. But a lot of my audience, particularly since writing A Shy Girl's Guide to Networking and myself being an introvert, they are quieter personalities. They don't want to market their business in a way that feels loud or pushy or shouty. And a lot of the marketing tactics that are talked about these days online, particularly, are really designed for extroverts. Whereas introverts, a lot of the same strategies can work brilliantly, but we have to tackle them in a slightly different way. And having marketing that feels meaningful because it really connects with a deeper purpose and has that transformation for their audience, even before they become a paying client, is really key. So I think finding that authentic way of showing up, a way of showing up that has an impact, has meaning, and feels comfortable is really key. So that's what I help them to do.
Yeah, fascinating. I'm very interested in what you're saying because you're right. Most of the marketing we see out there is created by and for extrovert personalities. And it makes the rest of us feel completely inadequate unless we understand, well, that's just one way of doing it. There are other ways.
There are 100. In fact, I wrote a resource with 100 different ways you can market your business for free because people only see the one or two. They're not necessarily aware of all the myriad of ways that we can market ourselves. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways we can do it.
Absolutely. So we need to move on, although I don't really want to, but we do because I want
Okay.
to honor the format of the podcast. So now that we have a better understanding of what you do, let's dive into goal busting, focusing on how to maximize productive time to achieve business goals. So, Melita, could you share any tips or advice for someone looking to improve their productivity habits, please?
Yeah, I think, as I mentioned, I'm an introvert, so managing my energy has been something that's been really important for me. I didn't do that well in my first business and came very close to burnout. And the reasons for that was I was putting all my time and energy into my family and into my clients and left nothing for me. So that was a big lesson. And I'll come back to that in a moment because what I feel is my big tip is to create boundaries. So know what's important for you, what's meaningful for you, how you like to show up, what times of day and everything work best for you to do certain things. Ring fence those, sort out your own priorities first, and then come to what how you can help everyone else. And then you can really show up with a lot more kindness and empathy, and you have more of that time and energy for other people because you've done your own things first. And once you also understand your value, where you can have most impact, you can show up in ways that you can have the most impact as well. So I would put boundaries around not saying yes to things that you are no good at and focus on saying yes to the things where you really can make a difference, because otherwise everyone ends up disappointed and you end up exhausted. But the key to creating those boundaries is the more I do this, the more I see the link between that and self-care and compassion. Because once you really love and respect yourself, you will keep to those boundaries. If you don't have that, it's really hard to stick to them. Your boundaries become a bit wobbly. So I think it all comes back to this self-compassion, self-care, investing in yourself so that you feel worth keeping these boundaries. And when you can keep the boundaries, then you can be a lot more productive and have more impact for everybody as well.
Fantastic. I mean that. That's really fantastic. So much of what you just said completely resonates for me. In fact, I know I've included quite a lot of the points you raised, but I'm sure not as eloquently as you've just put it in my book about getting productive and the idea about managing your energy levels. But I love the compassion and for yourself and self-care, the linkage there. I probably being a bloke, I probably didn't make as much emphasis on that as I should have done, but you've done that beautifully. And certainly in greatly heightened my awareness of the need to remember that's really what it's all about. So thank you very much for that. So moving on then, what should I have asked you today, Melita, that I didn't? And of course, your answer, please.
I think one of the things that could be interesting to look at is a key way to manage your productivity and be more efficient in communicating your value. And my favorite way of doing that is through a simple three-step system. So looking at what makes you different? What is your philosophy? What is your approach to doing your work that's perhaps new, better, different to everyone else? And creating a three-part system that you can use to communicate that in a really quick, instant, simple way. We can all remember three things so you can stay consistent. And that's one thing that has saved me a lot of time and my clients as well. So I think to link between the value whispering that I do, the marketing coaching I do with my clients, and the productivity, that would be the bridge there. So that's one thing I would mention, perhaps.
Oh, you just did. That's perfect. Thank you very much. Thank
I've
you.
got 10 seconds to spare.
You have got 10 seconds to spare, and I'm just going to waffle on until they're gone. There we go. There we go. Eight. No, I'm not really. What I'm going to ask you instead is how do people reach you and find out more about what you do? Because it does sound amazing. Your message certainly resonates for me. I know it might sound crazy to people listening in, but I self-identify as an introvert person, but I've learned to cover it up because I'm doing the extrovert marketing world. That's basically what you were describing because I haven't found all the ways that I can do it in a different way. So, but you do, and you talk about it. So, how can people reach you? And is there like a valuable free resource they could get to make that first connection with you as well, please?
Yeah, so the two easiest ways to find me are through my website, melittacampbell.com, Melitta with two T's, and through LinkedIn. I'm quite active on LinkedIn, and there I'm just at Melitta. I've been there since the very beginning, so that's quite nice. I don't have lots of numbers after my name. Um, and one resource I'd love to invite people to is if they've resonated with anything that I've touched on today, if you go to melittacampbell.com/club, you will get access to my free community. And inside there are, I think it's about 24 hours of free masterclasses you can dive into that go into more about how to talk about your value without feeling weird, how to put your time and energy, how to be really show up as your best self and build your confidence. So many different things. So yeah, melittacampbell.com/club, and they can find that.
That's very generous and sounds amazing. 24 hours. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you for telling us about that, Melitta. I really appreciate that. And I've really appreciated the time and the dedication you've given us today. And your messaging, it has been amazing as well. I think there's a lot of value in what you do. The world needs more people like you because there's an awful lot of introverts about there. And as I say, I'm speaking as someone who's self-identified as one as well. So I don't feel bad saying that. And thank you again, Melitta. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome, Robin. And by the way, thank you for showing that introversion and shyness are not the same thing, that we can do just all the different marketing ways, like podcasting, just in a different way that protects our energy.
That's absolutely right. Thank you again, and bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate, and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination, and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.